Hi everyone, so today I'll be working with Spellbinders September 2022 clear stamp and die of the month and the embossing folder of the month. I did do a whole unboxing of the total package, which is basically everything, and I'll link that video in the description box if you want to check it out. Spellbinders did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you're to purchase items through those links. I did have a question. Somebody had asked, she said on one of the large die or whatever it is that she hopes they sell it by itself. Everything I show like in the total package, they're all individual clubs, but you can also do value clubs where it might be like Die Hard, where it's like the dies of the month or things like that, or the total package, which is everything, right? With embossing folders, the stamps, the dies, everything that they put out that month. So there are different ways to get it. You don't have to pick up the whole total package or anything like that if you prefer just the one item or whatever it is, or a couple different items. And you just add your clubs, and then if the next month you would change your mind and you want to add on a value club and take away like the large club or whatever, large die, just cancel large die before the 5th of the month, because that's when the renewal will happen, and add on the one that you do want after the 1st of the month, because if you add it on before that, you're going to get a double of, or you'll get it before, right? The month that's current instead of going into the next month, okay? So whenever, like if you sign up today, this is what you'll be getting, and then next month the new ones come out. So that's how that works. Alright guys, hope that wasn't confusing. Again, photopolymer stamps, they smell a little bit chocolatey. In my opinion, I don't know, a little vanilla, just really nice. What I'm going to do is just create like a little scene, or, just use our little gnomes. So again, we do have our sweet sets here. Sorry, yes, so it's the fall gnomes, and you can get the stamp set by itself, and then you can get the stamps with the dies, and that's a different club. And those are two different things. And again, if you get the total package, it comes all together. So you just, you'll see there, it'll tell you exactly what comes in, whatever you're signing up for. And I'll have all the different clubs linked in the description box individually, and the values and the total package there. And then the embossing folder again is scattered fall. So I already grabbed some of our staple items from the card kit. I grabbed a card base, which is a standard A2 size card base. So generally 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and you have your card base. And then I grabbed some of the new colors because I thought what I'll do is a little background, and then we'll probably stamp our guys on some watercolor paper so I can do a little something fun with that. So let's do that. But for right now, just working on the card base, I am going to take mahogany, because I want this one for the background. Ooh, sorry guys. And I'm just going to cut this down. You can use your precision dies however you like to do, to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So I'll cut that down. And then with Dune, again, mahogany is such a dark brown, it's almost purple. So pretty. And then we have Dune here, and with Dune I'm going to cut out just this little guy with the fluted classic oval dies. So of course I'll take out a piece of paper. I don't want to spare you from that noise it makes when I open it up. And just, tape them down like this so they don't move, and I'll have both of those pieces when I come back. So I have this little guy cut out. And that paper is just amazing. Super nice. Look at that. Nice and thick. And then with this guy, I'm going to move this over. I am going to take this here. And the embossing folder of the month, this one, it's not 3D, so you just run it through with your regular sandwich that you like for just your standard type embossing folder, which on this machine is just the platform. This is the old school platform, not the universal system. And then your folder with your paper, and then your plate, cutting plate. And this is the original cutting plates I've had since I got the Platinum 6, and as you can see there are some little cracks here. I probably should stop using it, but over and over and over I've used these guys. I only cut into one plate. I always keep one as a cover, and I only cut into the other. So that's why this one's all like this, and they keep cutting. But just an update on that. And let's check out our paper. Again, just gorgeous, nice thick paper. Amazing embossing folder, and that's what you get there. Okay, let me put some of these things to the side, and in the meantime I will glue this down. I'm not going to glue down this guy quite yet because I'm going to do some stamping and some other things. So I'll just put some glue on the back of this guy and stick them down, and I'll be right back. Before I re-glue this down, I do want to show you the deboss side. I mean, they're both so pretty. So anyhow, I just want to show you that. And I always, with embossing folders, I do like to use a wet glue just because it gets into the nooks and crannies and everything, and then just make sure you get glue right up to the edge. Okay, I'll be right back. So we have that. We have this. I'll probably, like I said, stamp something on this, so I'm going to put these to the side for right now. And we're going to do a little stamping. I do have some watercolor paper, just something I've had in my stash. Whatever you like to use. Watercolor paper does have a little bit of texture to it. Depends if you use, I think cold press is the one that has least texture. I can definitely stamp on the back side. Ooh, let's let that focus. On the back side of this, where this side has the texture, but however you like. I'll use it the way it's intended. It's supposed to be up like this. And I'm just using the whole piece of paper, even though I don't need to. Our little characters don't need too much paper, but we'll just stick that down. Okay, so I'm going to take this little guy, and I'm going to use probably, like I said, watercolor type things, so water-based markers today. So I put that little guy there. I'm going to stamp him. And then I'll stamp a few other things to go with him. So we have that. And I'm going to use this Memento ink. You can use a hybrid ink, of course. This ink, once it's dry, will not run or smudge or anything like that with the water-based products. That's pretty good, even though my paper has texture. Again, these are photopolymer. They do have a sticky, like, little dispersion layer if you really touch it. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just take a little alcohol and wipe it off and then wash it off because you don't want alcohol just sitting on it. Or clean up however you like. Run your pad over it a lot if you're not getting a crisp impression the first time. It's just that little stickiness that from when they manufacture it that's on there when you start. Oh, it smells so good. I was going to put our little character, maybe a pumpkin or two, right? A little squash. I mean, he's got his little coffee cup. Like I said, I went through all these things in the unboxing video. But I'll just, let's say if we have that little pumpkin behind him, maybe that's a little pumpkin. There's all kinds of things. And then the dies cut basically everything out. The fall little banner that's in there, just not the wording. So anyhow, I'll just put this here, give myself some space. And I think I'll be able to stamp both at the same time. And of course that means I do need to let this ink dry real well before we move on. Another thing I like to do is ink things up with the marker you're going to use, the water-based marker, and then you can just draw a color out from that. That's nice too. Or use a brown or like pebble or like a light color. That's just unexpected instead of just stark black, right? But I'm going to let those dry and I'll be back. That's enough time. And I can leave it on here if I want to just leave, you know, the work on this surface. But I'm just going to move this over and I have a water brush. Just, I don't even know where I got this one. I've had so many water brushes. They're just a water brush. Again, you're not really squeezing it unless you're doing like a wash or something, but just a little bit of, you know, just as long as it's wet. I mean, it's barely wetting my hand there. And then I need a little paper towel. And let's see. Let's start with a little bit of color. And the way I do this, I'm going to put a little color around here, like in the areas that would be probably darkest. And just make sure this is a little bit wet. Just start drawing that color out. So, ooh, you know what? He's not quite dry yet, but that's okay. I'm just going to be very careful. And I'll move on to my gnome because I stamped him first. But you see, no big deal. Just a little color and then just pulling some of it out. If you like more color, then do more color. Whatever it is that you like to do. What should this little guy be wearing? Ooh, should he wear something that's like a little green, maybe? Let's see, in his little hat. And if you want to do sections at a time, you know, I can put a little color. Generally, you want to kind of get to it. You don't really want the marker to dry, but on watercolor paper, you can always get it going again. So if you're using like Bristol or some other paper, then you know it's a little tougher going because it just wants to hold on to the color and be done. And I'm just going to the middle there just so it looks a little shiny, even though I don't think knit hats or crochet hats are shiny. It's just giving it a little something, a little extra color there. Okay, hopefully you can kind of see how that's coming together. And I'll put a little more in here and skip one. So we have that one, this one, skip one, this one. Now, of course, the other little stripe can be white if you want to leave it that way. And I'm only using one color. I mean, you can mix other colors in if you like. It kind of gives a depth of color already, so I'm not too concerned with that. Let's see, what other color? Kind of like the way that looks. But let's say this little ridge around his head here is like white or something. So I'm going to use this gray color, and I'm just going to put some down in here, down right there, and just blend it out. It's a little darker than I would like. But since it is a water-based marker, you can take away some of the color, but I'm okay with it. I'm just going to leave it like that. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. Okay, so definitely like a gray color, not so much white on that one. And let's say his beard, I'll use this other kind of color of gray right under here, of course. Under his little nose. And that's all I'm going to do, guys, is just add a little color and then just kind of bring it out. Another thing you can do if you're using water markers or water-based markers, literally you can do this with pretty much any marker that's water-based. You can even try your kids' markers. I just love the way that looks, so cute. And you know, leave some areas open. Look at that. Is take a acrylic block and put your color on that and then pick it up and apply it. But I'll think of another color that I want to use on the other stripe in here, and I'll put it in there and do his little clothing, his little skin tones and all that. And let me see, this is called burnt orange. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it looks like a nice little tone. And you see that? I even put it on my paper and I was still able to pick it up and use it as a color. So this stuff is very forgiving. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and color his little hands. He'll probably be wearing shoes, so I'll use like a shoe color for that. And I'll be back. Okay, so I think I am done. And you know, our little guy's not going to worry that, you know, his hat doesn't match his little shirt. He's too busy doing other things, you guys. Okay, so we're going to put that on him. Again, it is going to leave a little bit of a border, like white border. If you don't care for that, you can take your brush with some color and kind of go around the edges and then place this, and then you'll have like a blue edge or whatever it is that you want, you know, cream colored edge. But for now, I'm just going to place this and tape those down. I always try to put the tape on the outer side of what I just did because I don't want my coloring to like end up peeling off. It shouldn't, but you know what I'm saying, if it pulls something off, I'd rather be safe than sorry. And again, that little guy is easy to see in there, and then this little guy. So I'll just run these guys through and I'll be right back. Okay. And super cute, really easy. And so let's bring this back. If we had our little guy and his little pumpkins are kind of around him, however you like. That or however. And then up here we have some space for a little something, or put your words down here, however it is you like. And we have that little fall banner, super cute. Thank for my gnomies. Happy Gnome Giving is what I think I'm gonna do today. So just up towards the top. And since I already have this cut out, I will use a stamp positioner. So I'll just take a moment to get this on here. Now since this, so I could have stamped this first and then cut it out, but I went ahead and cut it out first, so I will stamp now and hopefully it's nice and straight. Oops, Happy Gnome Giving. Maybe up there. And maybe like around there. All right. So cute. Okay, let me pick up, well, clean all this up and I'll be right back. So let's bring all these things back. And I probably will just glue this down then, since I'm probably going to pop those guys up. So let's get this going. I feel like the edge should be glued down too. Sometimes I leave it kind of fluttery looking. And we're just going to pop that right there. Again, I'm eyeballing a little bit more up to the top than at the bottom. It's the kind of way I like to place that. And then left to right, of course. And these little guys. come in here somewhere, and this guy will be popped up. So let's just add those. Yeah. All right, let me get some dimensionals on him. And I'll be right back. What I do with these guys is I'll keep this little roll just like in front of me. I have, you know, a ton of like bone folders and things like that. I just hang it on there, and so it'll be there, and I use it when I need it. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to pop some of these little guys out and place them strategically. Okay, guys, so we have that there. I'm going to pop this little guy here, and I'm just kind of looking at the camera. See what that looks like. And there it is. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope that gave you some ideas on how to use, you know, this month's stamps and dies for the clear stamp, and then the embossing folder is just gorgeous. I mean, we're gonna pop that behind everything, basically. So really, really nice. So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much, Spellbinders, for sending these items for review. Images coming up, and I'll have the links in the description box, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye now.